As soon as the geopolitical conflict hit the market, the main players rushed to buy. Is this round of Bitcoin's pullback a free point question? Bitcoin network breaks record. Why miners' wallets are getting smaller and smaller? Banning officials from playing with cryptocurrencies? Congressional proposal rejected, but Trump made $3.3 billion. With war raging in the Middle East, strategy is looking to buy at the bottom again. Has the market sensed a signal? FATF graylist pressure is high. Vietnam also wants to play the encryption regular army. Bitcoin is 140% insured? BTCS asset audit boosts trust.
On Monday, June 16th, BitcoinTV English channel, Where is the Coin Chain? I am Mikey. Don't miss the market, don't discount your profits. BTCC gives you extreme liquidity and ultra-low slippage. Scan the code to download to increase your income. Let's start with the 24-hour data headlines of the currency circle. On June 13th, Bitcoin was scared by geopolitical risks and fell to around $102,000, but it quickly rebounded and stood at $105,000. On the surface, the market was shaken, but in fact, the main force had been watching it for a long time. On-chain data showed that the exchange had a net outflow of 7,915 bitcoins on that day, the largest scale in 2 weeks, indicating that someone was quietly moving coins into cold wallets at a low level and might be secretly adding positions. The news of the conflict between Israel and Iran broke out on June 11th, but the market has been stable and there was no panic selling. Instead, it was not until the moment when the price of Bitcoin fell on the 13th that it began to flow out in large quantities. This signal is obvious and smart money is buying at the bottom. To put it bluntly, although the market is fluctuating in a range of fluctuations, these brick-moving actions on the chain can explain the problem better than prices. As long as there is another combination of pullback plus net outflow, it may be a good time to pick up chips again. Last week, the global situation was full of twists and turns. Iran and Israel were full of gunpowder, which made risk assets generally nervous. Although Bitcoin briefly fell, there was no panic capital flight in the overall market. On the contrary, the Bitcoin spot ETF has attracted a total of $1.371 billion in the past 5 trading days, of which $386 million flowed in on June 9th, $431 million on the 10th, and $165.7 million on the 11th, $86.3 million on the 12th, and $302 million on the 13th, showing an obvious signal of bargain hunting, indicating that a bunch of institutions began to take the opportunity to buy. From the rhythm point of view, the ETF's bottom fishing actions are mainly concentrated at the beginning of the week and on the weekend, which is very similar to the main funds entering the market in a planned manner. This shows that the market is not so panicked. This wave of decline is more of an emotional crash caused by the news, rather than a big crash that is really going to turn short. Therefore, as long as the geopolitical situation does not continue to escalate in the future and ETF funds continue to flow in, Bitcoin is likely to move up again and continue to hit the high of $110,000. At 9:46 a.m. Beijing time today, the Bitcoin network completed the latest round of difficulty adjustment and the block height reached 901,152. This time the difficulty dropped by 0.45% to 126.41 T, which is the first relief after the continuous rise. But don't be too happy too soon. The computing power of the entire network is still frightening. On June 14th, it directly reached 946 exahashes per second, breaking the record without taking a breath. The problem is that although the network is strong, the miners' wallets are shrinking. The hash rate has dropped from $55.53 per hash per second in mid-May to $52.92 now, a drop of nearly 5%. The stronger your computing power, the higher the electricity bill. If the price of the currency does not rise, the miners are really going to mine out of money. Moreover, the handling fee accounts for only 1.32% of the Bitcoin earned by each block, and the activity on the chain is also hard to describe, just like overtime without salary. If the price of the currency does not rise and the chain is not lively, the mining circle will probably have to reshuffle again. In the current situation, the more the mines are run, the less money they make. It is painful to hear, and the mine owners may also have to save money on electricity bills to make a living. Please like and follow us to sort out the latest developments in the currency circle, chain circle, and mining circle within 24 hours. Click the small bell to join the channel and become a member. You can receive the member wealth password from Monday to Friday. Something happened in the Middle East again. The conflict between Israel and Iran suddenly escalated. The global market sentiment immediately became tense, and risk assets all shook 3 times. Bitcoin also fell slightly, but it rebounded quickly. Afternoon yesterday, it once rushed to $106,000. Now it is stable at around $105,398. Its ability to withstand pressure is really good, which is stronger than many traditional assets. The spot Bitcoin ETF in the United States has also performed very well. There have been capital inflows for 5 consecutive days, and a total of $1.3 billion have been attracted. This shows that market confidence is still there and hot money has not stopped at all. But then again, the Digital Asset Market Clarity Act that everyone was looking forward to was suppressed by the White House's disagreement this time. Seeing that the legislation was about to be enacted, it suddenly braked. The future of U.S. encryption regulation has become confusing again.
The U.S. House of Representatives Agriculture and Financial Services Committee jointly passed the Digital Asset Market Clarity Act in early June, and it was originally planned to enter the full House vote stage in July. One of the amendments proposed to prohibit the President, Vice President, members of Congress and their families from holding, operating or promoting crypto assets during their terms. Although it was rejected at 21:30, subsequent negotiations are still ongoing. Until the evening of June 11th, the White House suddenly stated disagreement, and the negotiations were completely suspended. At the same time, Trump has a high profile in supporting encryption, and his family has gained about $3.3 billion in profits from related layouts, and his personal net worth has risen to $5.6 billion.
The reality is, regardless if the U.S. is pro-crypto or not, the world is moving on. Singapore has a lot of great things it's done, as has Hong Kong, as has the Middle East with Abu Dhabi and the ADGM, and Switzerland with FINMA. There's the MiCA regulations in the EU, the FCA, and UK is moving on. So the world, with or without America, is embracing cryptocurrencies. And
the Trump family's crypto move is really big. Not only do they hold a lot of tokens, but they also promote it in a high-profile manner. As a result, they were criticized by everyone, saying that they are not just playing the referee and playing football. The White House said that the president's property has been put into a trust and will not interfere, but the opposition does not believe it at all, thinking that this mechanism cannot stop power from leading the wallet. Originally, the Market Clarity Act and the Genius Act were the crypto double arrows that the United States wanted to play, and they planned to send them to the president for signature in August. As a result, the House of Representatives quarreled among itself, and the vote was directly delayed to the fall, and the supervision continued to be vacant. Now the responsibilities of the CFTC and the SEC have not been sorted out, and the exchanges don't even know who to listen to. Some crypto companies simply said, then we don't play anymore, and consider moving to Singapore or Abu Dhabi. The most important thing is that Trump's side is getting bigger and bigger, and the Web3 map is booming, but he is unwilling to accept any restrictions on conflicts of interest. The situation in the Middle East has escalated again. On Thursday evening UTC, Israel launched an airstrike on Tehran, the capital of Iran. The risk of conflict has intensified and the global market is on edge. It stands to reason that the market should have collapsed across the board at this time, but Bitcoin is so stubborn, so sabago x vain sapodur. After the news came out, it only fell by 3%, stabilizing at around $105,000. It is a completely resistant player. At this time, Michael Saylor, the die-hard bull, is online again. As the co-founder of Strategy and a die-hard Bitcoin fan, he had previously said that by 2045, one Bitcoin could rise to $13 million. Now that the market is so chaotic, he has started to make some small moves again, hinting openly and secretly, should I continue to buy some Bitcoin?
Israeli strikes have hit the Iranian capital of Tehran on Sunday. Video on social media and geolocated by CNN shows smoke billowing into the sky in densely populated areas of the city. Other video showed an injured person being carried on a stretcher, while other residents try to suppress a water break believed to be caused by the strikes. A nearby building could be seen damaged, its windows blown out.
Although conflicts in the Middle East continue to affect the global financial market, Michael Saylor, co-founder of Strategy, does not seem to be afraid at all. He recently hinted through the Bitcoin chart that he will continue to buy Bitcoin. The last time Strategy bought the bottom was on June 9th. Although it only bought 1,045 Bitcoins worth about $110 million, its total holdings have accumulated to 582,000. According to Saylor Tracker data, Strategy's holdings have currently gained more than 50% of the floating profit. At the current price, the unrealized profit exceeds $20 billion.
Bitcoin is no longer the era of one person, one small wallet for retail investors. As of now, about 15% of the world's Bitcoin has been taken away by institutions and governments. Who has the most? Of course, it is ETFs. Giants like BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale hold a total of 1.39 million bitcoins, accounting for 6.63% of the entire market. Governments of various countries are not to be outdone. The United States, China, the United Kingdom, and Ukraine hold 530,000 bitcoins. Looking at listed companies, Strategy, Tesla, and Marathon, these companies have hoarded 760,000 bitcoins in total. Among them, Strategy alone has taken more than 580,000 bitcoins. In addition, 450,000 bitcoins are in the hands of miners, DeFi projects, and long-term believers. Last week, ETFs attracted more than $1.3 billion in funds. Against the backdrop of frequent geopolitical conflicts, this inflow is seen as a strong bullish signal. At this time, Michael Saylor once again officially announced that he would increase his position in Bitcoin, which undoubtedly injected a dose of confidence booster into the market.
Tax cuts, land acquisition, and subsidies are 3 consecutive releases. Vietnam's digital industry is sending out a big gift package. As trading volume surges, bonuses will be given out. BTCC anniversary fans pampering set.
Last December, something happened in Hanoi. A group of scammers played a big scam in the cryptocurrency circle, defrauding hundreds of companies and hundreds of retail investors, and took away $1.17 million in one go. When the incident broke out, the Vietnamese officials were panicked and scared. But recently, the wind direction suddenly changed. The Vietnamese government began to loosen up and prepared to legislate and regulate. It seems that it intends to take encryption seriously. Why did this attitude suddenly change? The key reason is actually, Vietnam has been under the FATF in recent years. The Financial Action Task Force is on the grey list. This means that the whole world thinks that your anti-money laundering and cybersecurity are not good enough. Vietnam is probably tired of being watched, so it simply took this legislative opportunity to express its position.
Recently, the Vietnamese National Assembly officially passed the Digital Technology Industry Law, which legalized crypto assets and provided policy incentives for AI, semiconductors, digital infrastructure, and other fields. The bill will take effect on January 1, 2026, marking the official start of Vietnam's digital economy and Web3 regulation. According to the bill, crypto assets are divided into 2 types: virtual assets and crypto assets, excluding traditional financial products such as securities and central bank digital currencies. The specific regulatory mechanism will be further formulated and announced by the government, aiming to achieve a balance between risk control and technological innovation.
This area of Vietnam has blossomed since Bitcoin's emergence and crypto's migration into the media limelight. Vietnamese entrepreneurs have capitalized on crypto's popularity and also created some remarkably valuable crypto companies, including the likes of Sky Mavis and Kyber Network, to name a few. These and many other crypto companies launched from Vietnam have cemented the country's reputation as a prime location for tech firms who want to expand their operations abroad.
The Digital Technology Industry Law passed by Vietnam this time directly provides a whole set of policy packages for high-tech industries such as AI, semiconductors, and digital infrastructure. Tax cuts, cheap land, and subsidies for R&D, which company would not be tempted? For core technology companies such as chip design and AI data center construction, there will be various benefits for them to carry out projects in Vietnam. Moreover, not only the central government is making efforts, but local governments are also not idle. Employees have training subsidies, and students' textbooks are directly added with digital technology content. It is simply starting from the baby, and the whole talent system is arranged. Now the world is eyeing the big cake of the digital economy. Vietnam's move is quite smart. It not only sends a positive signal of clear supervision to investors, but also seizes the first mover advantage in the new round of digital economic competition. It can be said to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Last week, BTCC, the cryptocurrency exchange, handed in another beautiful answer sheet. According to the May asset audit, the reserve rate is as high as 152%. Not only is the safety line stable online, but also the mainstream currencies are doubled up. Bitcoin 140%, Ethereum 146%, and XRP soared to 165%. In addition, this report uses Merkle tree technology to support users to verify online at any time. As an industry pioneer born in June 2011, BTCC has steadily passed through 14 years of bull and bear cycles, maintaining a perfect record of 0 hacker attacks, 0 data leaks, and 0 bankruptcies. serving more than 7 million users, covering more than 160 countries, and becoming a symbol of trust for global crypto traders.
BTCC is celebrating its 14th anniversary and is launching a special carnival event. Participants can easily participate and win generous rewards by completing simple social interactions such as posting, tagging friends, and sharing updates. The highlight of this event is collecting exclusive 14th anniversary badges, which not only represent honor, but also bring real benefits. Successfully obtaining the badge can be exchanged for $140 in trading funds. Cumulative transactions reach $200,000, and an additional $14 in trading funds will be obtained. Cumulative transactions reach $1 million, and you can enjoy the badge and a full set of rewards of $140 in trading funds. Their company 14U of the year.
So far, BTCC has handled more than 220 million copy trades, and more than 600,000 users are using this function. Just follow the masters with one click, and novices can easily get started and make some real money. Simulated trading is now fully upgraded with a weekly prize pool of up to 500,000 USDT. You can practice operations and get bonuses without spending a penny, making money and practicing at the same time, and the transition to real trading is more stable. Whether you are a beginner, a veteran chasing high leverage, or a copy trader who wants to copy homework and get results, BTCC has arranged it clearly for you. Now use BTV's invitation code DG0OCK to register BTCC and get a big gift package. The technology is reliable and the benefits are in place. The opportunity to make money is already in front of you.
Hong Kong's Financial Secretary Paul Chan Imopa recently wrote that with the booming development of the digital asset market demand for stablecoins is expected to increase further. Tokyo-listed Metaplanet purchased 1,112 bitcoins at about $10,500 per bitcoin, with a total investment of $117.2 million. As of now, Metaplanet's cumulative holdings of bitcoins have exceeded 10,000. According to Ethan 714 Dune panel data, a total of 195,226 users participated in the Binance Alpha trading volume points activity yesterday, a sharp drop of 30,000 from 225,894 the previous day. U.S. President Trump will lead a military parade on June 14th to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the founding of the U.S. military. The event will be partly funded by large technology companies such as Coinbase and Amazon, which has caused public relations risks and public controversy. To thank fans for their support, BTV has launched a limited-time event in collaboration with Weibo members. From now until June 25th, new users can enjoy a discount of up to 888 yuan for entry, and old users can save up to 1,188 yuan on renewals. Limited to the first 35 users, first come, first served.
Okay, the above is the main content of today's program. Our channel focuses on valuable news in the currency circle, chain circle, and mining circle. There are news information and in-depth special reports. If you think our channel is valuable, you are welcome to forward and follow it. You can also become our member and receive the member wealth code from Monday to Friday. Let us become rich together and add a zero to our assets in the bull market. See you tomorrow.